Hello there, and thanks for clicking on this video. As you can see by the title, today we are going to at last talk about Daredevil Born Again, and I'm super excited because, yes, the show, I will admit it right now, it's not on the level of the Netflix version, and nobody thought it would be, but with the reshoots, it could have been. I think they really should have just started from scratch. Like, they just added some scenes and some episodes, right? But it's such a mixture of like bad and good and cringe and badass. Like, guys, you should have done better, but you did well with what you had, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's yeah, I'm going to criticize it a bit later on, but in general, it's not bad. It's pretty decent, and apparently, it's going to get better and better. And apparently, the last two episodes are new ones like from scratch, and I don't know, we're going to actually go down that hill in a few seconds or a few minutes, like see what was reshot, what's new, what's old. But you can definitely feel that this is a mixture of this and that, and so far so good, I guess. But guys, you should have just started from scratch. So in this video we're going to talk about the four episodes, obviously, and we're going to talk about a bit more of what's new, what's old. So let's start real quick. So, is it boring? I decided to call this "Is it boring?" Unfortunately, kinda. It's not like boring, boring, but it just doesn't have that I don't know how to explain it. It's not as captivating. Yes, I think that's the word, captivating, as the Netflix version. I think the Netflix version would every character was amazing. It was good. It was necessary. They brought their own weight to it. I think that's the phrase. No, they were worth their weight. That's a lot of W's that I cannot pronounce. But and in this one you just have so many, okay, some unnecessary characters and some unnecessary storylines. So the first, let me zoom this because I don't see anything. So the first three episodes, right? So episode one and episode two are, or episode one was like they started from scratch with it, because apparently, as we all know, Foggy and Karen were supposed to be dead. Like, what were you thinking, Disney? Like, how can you do that? They really wanted to go full Disney on this, and you can really see it from some of the scenes, that like it would have been just as bad as like Moon Knight or Loki. It would have been bad if the strikes hadn't occurred, and if Charlie Cox and Cole like didn't intervene. It would have been just as bad. Like the his friend, the associate, the one that is no, Sherry is the man, right? But the other girl that is working with him, with Matt, right, at his law firm. Yeah, you can totally see that she would have been like the girl boss bossing Matt around, and you still see some glimpses of that, and it's dumb, it's unnecessary. Like, you're just pushing this new character out of nowhere. Like, she's like all cool and Matt is like just following her step. It's stupid. And I don't mind the new guy, but you can see that their time was really reduced. I think that they would have played a whole bigger role if it wasn't obviously reduced and cut, which is good. It's good. Like, dodge it, like the department by Elon Musk, like, do that, please. So, episode one, real quick, I think it was a good episode, but like, oh, those first minutes, like just killing off Foggy. But I guess you couldn't have bring Karen and Foggy because they had already filmed the season, and they just want to change things a bit. So obviously they had to do something with them, but killing him off, that was insane. But I mean, spoilers, he's coming back in season two. It was already confirmed that Karen Page and Foggy are back for season two, and I don't think it's just flashbacks. So Karen obviously left after episode one. which, as I wrote, it's obviously because of the reshots, but like her arguments for leaving, like they were kind of bland and stupid, and I didn't get it. Um, episode 2, I don't remember too much. I think White Tiger was introduced in that, and I enjoyed White Tiger. I think it was a good story. Oh yeah, we see. I forgot so much of the first 3 episodes that I'm just over it, kind of. But the White Tiger story was good, but just like when they were in court and Matt was defending him and he brought out that he's White Tiger, like the Hector Ayala or whatever his name is. Like, brother, you're opening him to all sorts of suits that way. Like, what are you doing? See, like they turned Matt Murdock in some stupid soy boy, and if they would have continued with the Disney version, and the other big thing is that now Punisher is like some kind of a bad role. I mean, he's a bad role model. Like, you cannot just go on and like serve justice the way you want, which is fair. But like making him the icon for bad police cops, that was, I don't like that. Like, I think in general, worldwide, like police has a proper way, has a proper place in our society, and when they don't follow dumb orders like they did during the COVID era, like in Germany, like they, like you had your mask under your nose, like they put you in jail. Like, it was insane. It was, so from that time, not too happy with the police, but in general, like you should pay some sort of respect to them. But they, here, like Hollywood really likes to like make the villain out of them, and that's very unfair because they have saved so many lives, obviously. And I think the big things in those 3 episodes was also Fisk not being Wilson Fisk anymore. He's the mayor now. And at first I was like, okay, that's kind of, I don't get it too much. But on the other hand, I mean, it makes sense. I think the whole storyline, it it took me some time to get used to it, like to understand, like to accept the idea, but I think it actually fits him. And at the beginning people were talking, is that like just Donald Trump? But apparently this is from the comics, so it's not just Donald Trump, but I think there is some Donald Trump inspiration right there. But that's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. I think the storyline makes sense, and I think it's something new and interesting. But the thing that I don't like is freaking Vanessa. Why is she the freaking mafia boss now? Like, why is she like that? Like, I obviously, like, why am I even asking? Like, it's 2025. Like, every girl needs to be a boss babe and like better. And apparently, like, after Fisk left for to be in Echo, I don't know where he, like, why did he leave? Was he in Echo and in Hawkeye? Is that what they meant, that he left? Um Vanessa took over the business and and made it better. Like, come on, come on. I would just leave it here because it's just dumb AF. And for them to go on to therapy, like, I'm speechless. I don't know if this is from the new or from the old version. I think I read somewhere from this is from the new version, so they put it in for some reason, which, guys, I don't know, maybe something changes and this becomes justifiable, like, I don't know. But the fact that she is like really talking down on him, like, you left me, I was alone, so I cheated on you, like, that's not a good argument. And then they brought her daddy issues, like, no, like, this does not have play. Like, this is episode 4. Maybe if this was like season 2 or 3, like episode 6, fine, like, bring in your daddy issues, Vanessa. But you're like a third grade character in this show for me. So I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, you're there. I think Vanessa's purpose is there to be his wife, like, not there to be like his uh like better than him. Like you can be his partner in business, but not like taking over the fame. And I don't get it, guys. I think it's stupid. But let's continue. But the one thing that I like, maybe it's right here. Yeah, the guy, um um I forgot his name, but uh Wilson Fisk assistant, the young guy. I think he's great. I really like him. This is maybe the only new character that I have no problem with. I think they're giving him too much attention. I wish they didn't, but I think because Fisk sees him as some sort of an heir, because Fisk doesn't have kids, right? And we don't talk about Echo. Like, no, I didn't even watch the show. I can kind of understand why they're giving him so much screen time. And I think he's great. I think the kid is great. I think there's a lot of chemistry there. I really like it. Um, Something else that I really want to talk about. So episode 4 was, I think it was good. It was decent. That scene with Punisher was superb, was amazing, but it did not fit. It didn't really fit because after before that you had this jail scene where this guy, the thief who stole sweets or whatever, he was complaining about like the cops, the system keeping him down, like he doesn't want to go to jail, like that's unfair. Brother, you have 30 priors. What are you even talking about? Like you're a criminal like what is this like messed up justice that like what is this? Like you go on and do criminal stuff, you steal whatever you do, and then you're complaining that they want to throw you into jail. And then Matt Murdock says, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry." Like what the heck? Like if this was the Netflix version, Matt Murdock would have screamed at him or like punched him or like not even give him the light of the day. But because we're living in 2025, obviously Matt Murdock, the white guy, has to say sorry to the black guy, who is actually an offender. This is really messed up. Like this is so messed up. I was just sitting there like, what are you talking about? Like you did it 30 times. Like maybe try to fix your life. I mean, what is this? Like I get it, it's hard. Like I get it. It's hard. But that doesn't mean you can go on and like complain that you want to go to jail even though you did the thing. Like, come on, bro. But apart from that, I think let's see if there's something else. Uh, Episode 4, like the Punisher, like the whole thing they had with Daredevil with Matt Murdock, the Punisher just like telling him how it is, like just speaking straightly, like and with so much passion. Like you can really see the actors like Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox, like they have so much passion for these characters. And as I said, like the energy levels really changed in that one scene. Like you were watching OG Daredevil and it was fantastic. It was really fantastic. And apparently, this is obviously a new scene, and Bernthal, or maybe I'm mispronouncing his name, did not want to return. But afterwards, obviously, they convinced him and said, okay, we're going into a good way now, like come back. So he actually came back. So, I mean, props to him. Like a lot of actors say yes to everything and they ruin their characters, and like then they blame the fans, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, the big question is how much of this was reshot, because as I said, like the energy levels, like the quality really, really, really changed. And for that, we are going to go to this first article. Let's go. Daredevil Born Again producers reveal how much of the series was overhauled in the famous rework. So Daredevil was in work for 3 years, guys. Come on, you should have just like if it was in works for 3 years, you should have just started from the beginning. But okay, I mean it's fine. Okay, so quite a bit leave. The thing is, I think Sana can speak to this. They had the time during the strike to take a look at what they had, and those 6 episodes were solid. I saw them a way later. They were super solid, but the issue was bringing up the themes and feelings that we loved from the old show and context. I will say that over and over again. The first episode is one that takes us into the run, and we needed to have those first 15 minutes of that first episode to set the stage. Let's see. Though a lot was kept, the changes were still hefty according to Scarta Payne. I cannot pronounce your name, sorry. What we ended up doing was the amount of additional material was essentially 3 episodes worth. Okay, so 3 episodes. I think, as I said, was the first one and the last 2 ones. And then quite a bit of enter whatever material inside the body of the middle 6. So they were adding additional scenes. Everything created helped contribute to the new tone that mirrored the grid of the original. The action was big focus in the modifications the series brought in. Original Daredevil, stunt coordinator, Philip Silvera. So even the stunts were done by someone else. Come, guys, what were you doing? As was the relationship with Murdoch and his long-time foe Fisk. So this wasn't even like oh wow, like their relationship wasn't even like a highlight in the old version. I feel like it was mostly enhanced, and it was really bringing up the stuff that we loved a little more. Fisk and Matt, a little more action, pathos. Wow, and it took you like 3 years to figure that out. Wow, guys, the show was there. You want to be something. We just had to do some things to throw that out. Let's see if there is something else. Let's go. It also introduces, yeah. What? It's not afraid of doing. The story appears to carry on from Echo. Oh my god, yeah. It also introduces Fiona characters, and this war. Tony Dalton is going to be in this. I love Tony Dalton. I think he was so great in Better Call Saul. So bring him in, but don't make him fool, because I think his character, as far as I remember in Hawkeye, like every character like has so much potential in that show, and a lot of characters do, even bad characters, like if you do them properly. But especially Jacques Ducasne, I cannot pronounce that, Tony Dalton's character. I think he was silly. He was very silly, but I think Johnny Dalton is such a good character, and you can do so many like badass, like serious, like dead serious things with him. So please do that. I have nothing against it. Okay, so I guess that's it. Let's go to the other article that I wanted to show you. Daredevil Born Again star Jon Bernthal explains why he walked away from the original version of the series. And this is how you do it. Like, you walk away. If something is shit, you walk away. Oh my god, there's so many commercials. It was like, let's see if this works. Let's see if there is a real openness and a hunger to let Frank be what Frank is, which is dark enough to have the courage and the boldness to turn your back on the audience and to make it difficult, to make it enormously psychologically complex, and to steer away from any cuteness or humor and to really go full bore. Oh, that's so great. That is so great, because you can all have the Punisher and cuteness and stupid silly humor. Though he doesn't specify, it might have been a more toned down take on Castle that ultimately led to Berntal's decision to decline Marvel Studios' offer to return for the creative overhaul Born Again. Ultimately, I didn't see it. I didn't see the version of Frank, and what they wanted from Frank didn't really make sense to me. And I thought, would not appeal to the fans and would not be concrete. I cannot pronounce that. It was not something I was really interested in doing, so we had to walk away. Sometimes you have to be very, very clear with your intentions in this business. I agree. But yeah, that's enough. I think this is great. This is how you do it. So let's see if there's some more. Okay, so it's basically like just from the set. That is great. I'm excited. 16 passes. What is this? I don't know. But here you have also something interesting that I thought, at least it's interesting. From Razor Fist, Daredevil Born Again is the most bizarre show I've ever seen. I have seen tonight's episode has one of the best scenes in the entire Daredevil series. I actually agree. I think this was really a good, really good scene. I really liked it, and for me as well, one of the best in whole of Daredevil. I think it was really great. Like the moral dilemma, the ethical discussion. I think it was really good because they put it in such plain terms, and it's just two passionate men just figuring out what's right and wrong, and like also like even helping each other to grow, because obviously there was this one good line from episode 3 that I saw yesterday from season 2 of the OG Daredevil. And Frank said to Daredevil, "You're one bad day from becoming like me." And we see that now. Like we see that he's really like slowly like kind of losing it. So I love that. I love it. I mean, I'm Orthodox Christian, and I disagree with violence and with these things what the Punisher, for example, stands for. But it's hard for me. Like I love it when shows like this like bring you these ethical dilemmas to real life, because as a Christian, as someone who you know tries to read the Bible and like tries to understand what the Bible says, like how do you like how can I mix the two, like my love for the Punisher and then my like values, like I know this is TV, obviously this is fictional, but it's a good question, like it's a good ethical dilemma to have and to think about, because a lot of people, like how many people are like one bad day from like saying f everything and like go wild, like a lot, a lot. And I think that's why I think this scene is really one of the best in Daredevil. And as he says, preceded by one of the absolute worst. And here I have something that I bookmarked. You can tell what was made pre and post revamp. Honestly, they shouldn't have mix it in to savage the shit. Just escape shot material and start clean. Now you have a mess of inconsistency in quality, and I just hope the rumor gets better in the later episodes are great. From what I understand, it does. Episodes 1, 8, and 9 were entirely brand new and shot in their entirety after the overhaul. Episodes 2 to 7 are where the mixing of the two versions are done. So we already read this, so at minimum it ends on a high note. I expect season 2 to be much better. Yeah, I totally agree that season 2 should be much, much better than what we're getting right now. And as I said, like it's not bad, like by no means bad, but a lot of the things that really annoy me are exactly that. Sometimes you see like Matt Murdock, not really being Matt Murdock, like just kind of, I don't know, just not himself, kind of naive and kind of like not dumb, but like going in that direction. And the whole Vanessa and Fisk thing, I don't like it at all. Also, the fact that Karen just left, but obviously we know it's because of the reshots. We get that, but still, like story wise, yeah. And the whole police Punisher thing, not a big fan of that, but we'll see in the later episodes. I hope we see more of the Punisher. I think we are going to definitely see more of him, but Oh yeah, so far so good. Like I cannot complain too much, because at least they admitted the mistake and they're trying to fix it, and that's very rare in Hollywood, obviously in this climate. But I think just Daredevil was really something that they know they have to stick the landing, and unfortunately the ratings are not that good, but it's understandable. I mean, it's totally understandable because after so many bad shows, like you cannot just have like 20, 30 million people watching Daredevil. And I think Daredevil was a bit more, I don't think that Daredevil is that mainstream. I learned about Daredevil way later than everyone else. So obviously I don't think that they're that mainstream, like normie mainstream. So obviously not as many people are going to watch it. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. Are you excited for the next episodes? What are we doing? Shall I make a video about every episode? Maybe I do if it's exciting, because I wanted to do a video after, actually maybe after episode 2, right? But I had some technology problems, and I wasn't just that excited. And after episode 3 as well, like, yeah, okay, let's just wait for episode 4, because this is where it really gets going. So yeah, so far so good. At least they admitted their mistake and they're fixing it. So we can only pray for them to fix more of the mistakes, I guess. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, may the force be with you.